Hi, I'm Myron Katz, an energy consultant and building scientist, and I'm really excited to introduce to you Customer Lowered Electricity Price, or CLEP. CLEP is a relatively simple but revolutionary electricity pricing method that's going to change how electricity is bought and sold so we can actually improve the economy while cutting carbon emissions. CLEP is going to provide a path to a renewable energy future. CLEP is so simple yet so powerful. It only relies upon three big win-win ideas. Utility pays customers for buying electricity when wholesale prices are low. Utility pays customers for avoiding demand when delivery costs are highest. And utility buys electricity from customers when wholesale prices are high. Now I'm going to explain how this works. What is CLEP? CLEP does not replace your electric bill, but CLEP does need a smart meter. CLEP is a voluntary program that generates a cash flow for the customer, which is an exactly defined fixed fraction of the utility company's savings caused by customers' actions. CLEP is not subsidized. The only subsidies are from CLEP customers to non-participants, the opposite of a normal subsidy. This is because the rest of utility savings go to customers. That's the reason for the name Customer Lowered Electricity Price. CLEP payments accumulate every 5 minutes but pay out monthly. CLEP lowers costs for every customer by buying wholesale electricity when it's cheapest. Cheapest electricity comes through renewable energy sources. The great thing about renewables is they don't create carbon emissions. However, renewable energy often makes electricity when there's little need. That's where batteries come in. In order to get the most value from renewable energy, lots of batteries are needed. The needed batteries are currently very expensive, but CLEP provides a good way to finance batteries and thereby makes the whole process work. What drives CLEP? What creates the momentum to propel CLEP income? Motivated by the opportunity to start or enhance this income stream, CLEP customers will make ever greater investments in their buildings or in community solar farms. This lowers utility costs substantially because it causes utilities to buy more electricity generated by renewable sources. This lowers carbon dioxide production and further lowers customers' costs. CLEP creates a mutually supportive system that drives an economically closed feedback loop. CLEP greatly supports renewable energy, whether locally or remotely sited. Our calculations show that CLEP can triple the income from rooftop solar. Because CLEP works so well with community solar farms, it can triple the number of people with access to solar. It can also finance batteries in most buildings, including whole home batteries. Battery use will help support more wind farms. Consequently, CLEP supports all renewables, whether locally or remotely sited. Here are 4 examples of how CLEP can be used. They roughly span the scope of CLEP and highlight details of the new economics only available with CLEP. Each example displays 3 outcomes. First, or capital costs, and annual savings both in dollars and carbon dioxide. These examples include a dishwasher, a water heater, community solar, and whole home batteries. Okay, here's the dishwasher example. It has 0 first cost because you already own such a dishwasher. An average dishwasher spends $65 a year for operation. CLEP customer could preset the dishwasher to start at 2 a.m. This way, CLEP customers are paid $26 a year just for washing dishes at night. What are the cash flows? Well, the first $6 is for cheaper than average wholesale electricity purchases, and the $20 is for avoiding demand during the utility's peak demand times. I call this a negative demand charge since the utility pays you for avoiding demand. Little to no carbon dioxide is created because of wind farms. Natural gas would have created 800 pounds of carbon dioxide. Non-energy efficiency retrofits can be much more cost effective. So what's an energy efficiency retrofit? That means one that reduces kilowatt hour consumption. But note that in the dishwasher example, there were no kilowatt hours saved. But because of the time of consumption, money was saved. Thus, CLEP gives us a completely new income stream that's only awarded to CLEP customers. CLEP, however, typically doubles the income realized from an energy efficiency retrofit. In the next example involving a water heater, CLEP more than doubles the income. Any tank water heater can work well with CLEP because it can easily be controlled to charge overnight. This is a different but far more cost-effective kind of battery. It's not an electric battery, it's a thermal battery. Heating water for showers later that day can have a zero carbon footprint because the electricity used to heat water comes from wind power. Only via CLEP will such activities result in a lower energy bill. However, the most energy efficient water heater is a heat pump water heater. In this case, first cost is $1,000. Beyond energy efficiency savings, CLEP saves $250 and 3,600 pounds of carbon dioxide a year. Community solar is a solar power plant that is shared by more than one customer. Sited within the utility's distribution area, it has its electricity sold to the utility at the retail price. Grid-scale solar is way cheaper than any other way for a customer to own solar, but community solar has problems that CLEP is uniquely qualified to solve. Community solar farms are great. Solar farm in this talk is assumed to mean grid scale, that is around 1 megawatt, enough for 200 residences or more. Although community solar doesn't have to be that big, in this video, community solar farm means grid scale community solar. A community solar farm defeats many barriers to solar ownership suffered by rooftop solar. Community solar farms increase the number of owners of solar by at least 3 times because rooftop solar is more than twice as expensive to install than community solar farms, and rooftop solar also excludes 75% of the population because it requires building ownership, no shade, new roofs, and financing over 20 years. If a solar farm is financed to operate by selling electricity at wholesale prices, chances are that it will not be built at all because the numbers do not work. Another way to say the same thing is solar farms are not usually economical if sales are at wholesale prices because the cost of making electricity is too close to or even higher than the wholesale price. Net metering credits customers at retail rates for the electricity their solar system generates. It's also the standard way of financing community solar. But net metering is increasingly becoming unpopular because many people think that net metering customers are subsidized. That is, they think that net metering must be imposing costs onto non-net metering customers in order to support net metering customers. This situation jeopardizes net metering, but even more jeopardizes community solar because without net metering, how will community solar be financed? That's where CLEP comes in. CLEP protects community solar. How does it do that? First of all, CLEP has a specific definition for community solar. Secondly, CLEP pays customers who generate electricity at community solar at or above retail rates. And third, CLEP doesn't have any perceived subsidy problem like the one that really bothers net metering. This third assertion was explained in the third slide in this video. Community solar economics. The first cost for the average participant is $5,000 for about 5 kilowatts. Annual savings is about $800 a year. Since all of the electricity is generated by renewables, roughly 10,000 pounds of carbon dioxide is saved per year. The very cheap electricity only available at night is a good reason for batteries. Although these purchases may really help wind farmers, batteries can only slightly be financed with cheap energy. The crucial cash flow must come from the large negative demand charges batteries can generate. If batteries allow the customer to avoid buying electricity except at night, then all demand during the utility's peak hours is avoided, and CLEP pays very well for this. In fact, financing batteries is the primary reason for CLEP's negative demand charge. Battery economics. One way to size and use a whole home battery is to charge it for 4 hours at night and then stay connected to the grid for the next 20. First costs are $10,000. Annual CLEP savings are $1,000 and over 12,500 pounds of carbon dioxide. These numbers may greatly underestimate savings, because it's hard to estimate how much and how expensive afternoon high-carbon electricity is avoided when hundreds of these batteries are aggregated. Such batteries are currently warranted for 3 deep cycles per day for a decade. One might think community solar is the most lucrative use of CLEP, but it's not. Dishwashers are, because there's no upfront cost. Second to that is heat pump water heater usage, which pays back in 4 years. Community solar pays back in 7. Batteries at first might appear least lucrative because they take 10 years to pay back, but that ignores the added enhancement of being able to avoid high-priced, high-carbon afternoon electricity. When this is considered, battery return on investment could be the best of all, except of course dishwashers. To recap, our calculations show that CLEP can triple the income for owners of rooftop solar. CLEP protects community solar farms, which can triple the number of people who own solar. CLEP can completely finance batteries in most buildings, including whole home batteries. Deeply deployed batteries help support more wind farms. Consequently, CLEP supports all renewables, whether local or remotely sited. Displayed are 4 applications of CLEP. Also, the first cost and annual savings, both in dollars and carbon dioxide. Non-energy efficiency retrofits may be small, but can be the most cost-effective. Energy efficiency retrofits have their first cost payback periods cut in half in the presence of CLEP. Although much larger than non-energy efficiency retrofits, they are also limited in size. Community solar farm is the best solar ownership solution both in price and applicability. It's mostly unlimited in application and size. Battery installations at first seem to be least cost-effective, but may be the best because of the hard-to-calculate cost of the expensive afternoon electricity it avoids. And that concludes my short overview of customer lower electricity price. CLEP is a relatively simple but powerful concept for transforming how energy is bought and sold that will improve the economy while cutting carbon emissions. Send me an email for the answers to the deeper questions, or if you want to hear the long story with all the details and fully worked out examples. And please vote for this entry in the Bright Minds Challenge.